What is going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a free pick for you from this Los Angeles Clippers versus Memphis Grizzlies NBA matchup going down on Friday, November 28th, 2025. But before we get to that free pick, if you are looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, the ones I have the most money on every day, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium, or you can click the link in the description of this video below. We've got so much free pick content that you know these plays on the premium side are going to be our best of the best. That's what Pickdawgz Premium is for. But we've also got our inner circle. It's something we've been mentioning a lot in our videos as of late. Now, it's not for everyone. It's for those who are placing larger bets of at least $1,000 or more per game, which is the requirement to be accepted into this service. But we've had a lot of high rollers and big bettors join this club already, having a lot of success early on with the one-on-one coaching, the bankroll management, the early releases. So if this sounds like something that's for you, reach out to the number on the screen and we will get you some more information. But let's get to this one between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Memphis Grizzlies. And you got the Los Angeles Clippers coming into this one 5-13 straight up and against the spread this season after a 135-118 loss to the Los Angeles Lakers in their last matchup, while Memphis 7-12 straight up and against the spread this season. They're coming off a 133-128 win over New Orleans in their last matchup. And, you know, we've seen the Clippers at times as of late just really not have it. And especially on the road. I mean, they just closed this recent road trip that they were on with a 2-5 record. But even going back home, where the Clippers historically have just been so solid and so much better, they haven't been able to really put it together this season. They're just 3-5 at home. Now, granted, this is going to be their first home game in about 2.5 weeks. But you know, the Clippers, for whatever reason, just haven't been able to get it done. I mean, you know, for the Clippers, they've even got Kawhi Leonard back in the fold. They've got James Harden. You know, they've got Ivica Zubac. You know, they're still missing Bradley Beal now, who's out for the season with a hip issue. But, you know, you've got, you know, Derrick Jones Jr. out with a knee issue. So if you're LA, you have the two key pieces of your roster. And frankly, it's just not good enough. And you know, now you're taking on a Memphis Grizzlies team who has, you know, an injury list a mile long, but is still, you know, finding ways to be competitive and finding ways to win basketball games. Now, the time this video is being recorded, the Memphis Grizzlies have not submitted their injury report, so we don't know, you know, who's in and out of the lineup right now for the Memphis Grizzlies. But if it's a lot of the same pieces that have been missing as of late, you know, it still doesn't give a whole lot of hope to the Clippers, who, like I said, who have fallen apart in lesser spots than this. And the Memphis Grizzlies are getting key contributions from the pieces that are still there. I mean, last game, 21 points, 15 boards from Zach Edey, 25 points from Jalen Wells, 27 points from Jaren Jackson Jr. And, you know, the guys that are getting these minutes are still finding ways to deliver. Now, yes, you know, the Memphis Grizzlies, with these injuries, haven't been able to compete with some of the better teams that they've been going up against. Teams like San Antonio, Cleveland, Boston, the Knicks, the Thunder, the Nuggets. But I think I said this before going into that New Orleans game, where I think I figured out the Memphis Grizzlies. They beat the bad teams and struggle against the good teams. And that's sort of what Memphis has been playing out to be. And I think that that's exactly what we have here. You know, Memphis getting 6.5 points, when in reality, to me, this is a pick 'em. I get it. The Clippers have their you know, health in order in here, and you know, we'll have to see if Kawhi Leonard even plays. I mean, you always wonder if he's going to get pulled, you know, before any certain game. And like I said, that's why knowing the injury report is key for the Clippers here. But even if he plays, the Clippers haven't done anything to impress me and to get me to think that they're going to all of a sudden win games by margin, even at home. You know, I get it. You know, they went on the road and, you know, they lost a lot of games against teams that they probably should lose to, like the Lakers, the Cavs, the Magic, the Sixers, the Celtics, and beat teams they should beat, like Charlotte and Dallas. But that doesn't mean I want to lay 6.5 points with them at home just because they're at home in a game where you would think that they would win. You know, we've seen them stumble, and I'm, like I said, I'm not in that position where I want to do that right now. So give me the Grizzlies here plus the 6.5 points. That's my free pick for this game. Let me know who you guys like in this game in the comment section below. Thank you so much for checking out this free pick video. And remember, if you're looking for my best bets, you can head to Pickdawgz Premium, or you can click the link in the description of this video below and use the promo code PICK, P-I-C-K, at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. Best of luck. We'll see you guys soon.